Hello. How's everybody doing today? Um, as you can see from the description, I am. Hey. Hi, Auntie. Everybody, Penny's my auntie. As you can see, today I'm working on another drum and bass song. Um, I have a pitch that was sent to me by someone who basically said that this label is looking for drum and bass tunes, and I've been exploring drum and bass lately and learning it. I started running recently, so that's why I've been listening to a lot of drum and bass. So yeah, just trying to. Yo, what's good, Nikolai? Year. um, and so yeah, I'm working on some drum and bass. So I have a song kind of started. I really just ripped the drums from that other track that I was working on last week. Um, I mostly because drum and bass uses a lot of the similar drum patterns as like the main drum pattern. Actually, how about I show you guys that song because I actually finished that song. Here it is, and let me know in the chat what you guys think. So yeah, that's the song. That's like the finished product. As you can probably hear, I mixed and mastered it, and I worked on it a lot more. Like I probably put another 4 or 5 hours into it. But yeah, so we're starting from scratch today, or mostly from scratch. I have this song by Prefect called "Out of My Head" as like my reference track, because the reference tracks that the label sent were similar to this one. So I'm using this as my main. It's very like happy, like yay! It's definitely a little bit more happy than types of songs. Moving out of focus, taking all my energy. Yeah. How could I not notice that you became an enemy? I'm so high, coming down with the gravity. You're pulling me down, down, down. I just wanna keep up, keep up. You're moving so fast around me. Yo, Grant just said he still has my F and Ill mix. I haven't even heard. I don't even know if I have that anymore. The Tripocalypse mix. That one was one of my favorite mixtapes that I've ever done. That one, I'm pretty sure. I played a festival and I recorded the mix, and that's the Tripocalypse mix. Like I played a college festival in, I think that was at Reed in Portland. That's crazy. That's such a throwback, dude. That's awesome. You still listen to those. But yeah, so here's the reference track. It's very like poppy and very like happy sounding. When I work from reference tracks, I usually break down the song first. I've already kind of started doing that with these markers. So like this is the drop clearly. I'm gonna make that red. I like color coding things too. Introduction of chords, a little bit of cool drumming and stuff. Moving out of focus, taking up my energy. How could I not notice that you became an enemy? I'm so hot, coming low like gravity. You're pulling me down, down, down. I just wanna keep up, and moving so fast without me. And this is like the hook / pre-chorus, so I'm just gonna call it pre-chorus. And then over here's verse 1, so let's break that there, and then intro here. They have that little like ARP fade in thing happening. And then after that, a little break time, so that's kind of like this intro section. That's the pre-chorus. It's almost the same exact. Yeah. That's like almost like a guitar solo. And then they break into this is kind of like a mix between the drop and the pre-chorus. So let's make these both red. And the pre-chorus words, but then the drop like intro. And then outro. That's the dance section, or just let it ride out. Okay, so my song, so far all I have is drums. I do want to kind of make it like a really happy type sound. So I already found some drums. It's a Cohen sound snare. And then my plan, of course, is to add in some breaks in there. Of course. Yeah, I can turn my mic up. I actually turned it down because I thought it was too loud at first. But is that better? Yeah, there it is. Hello. So yeah, let's see. Let's find some breaks. I'm gonna work on the drums first. I always start with drums, as you guys know. um, I thought I might have some like jungle stuff in there.
He's an African jungle.
No. Those shits are tight. That's for a different song though. I'll just use these breaks that I've been using. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. These crazy jungle breaks. Ooh, I love that one. Yeah. I kind of want to tighten it up a little bit. Let's do. Let me leave that actually. There we go. So let's put it in beats mode, and then I'm gonna put it in the single. What's that called? The single transient, basically. And then as I pull this down, you'll hear that it will tighten up the transients, and like the sustain will go away, and this just gets really punchy. So this one has it, this one doesn't, and this is. So I'm gonna use that, and then let's hear it all together. Maybe let's do a little. Just playing around with it. Maybe let's open it up a bit. Glitch it out a bit. Yeah, and then Command J, join it together. Yeah, maybe something like that. A little bit more like snare, repetitive. Like this. And then fade that. No, fade that. So there's no pop at the end. Command J. Duplicate, or let's just loop it because it's the same thing for this section. And I'm probably going to use that break again somewhere in the song. And then I want to filter these in because this is like the pre-chorus section / build section. So let's do a little filtration. Let's have this whole part just filtered with the drums, and then have it slowly build to there, like that. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, and then I'm gonna put that break in here. That's gonna help the drop be different and change. Or maybe I just want the like let's go drum break, just the like tambourine sound. Drum break 3. Let's see if there's other ones. It's pretty much that one. And then let's trying to find a part where it's just the like. There it is. That's a shuffle. That's what in drum and bass a lot of people call the shuffle. And you end up with that. Turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna put that on a different track because I want to treat it differently than these drums. Because these drums, I still want them to have a little bit of low end in them, or like mids in them. And then the shuffle, though, I don't want any low end whatsoever. I just want it like that. And I already have like a flanger on this, and it's side chained to the whole drum rack. So the kick and the snare. And then the flanger is there just to create some variation. So it's not just like a robotic. And then I have the sidechain really, really fast because these are really short sounds. So it's just like dipping out of the way of the transient of the kick and the snare. And I only have a kick and the snare in that drum rack. All right. I like the drums so far. What other? Maybe I can use some of these for the fills. I like putting like fills at the end of every phrase. Oh, that's tight. Maybe. I turn the volume down a little bit more. This can probably come down too. Yeah. And then probably gonna put like yeah, definitely using the amen break. Maybe we can put it instead of at the end of here, it can go here. We could do this. And that's just to break up the monotony of the drums. I might not even have drums this whole section. And then let's do a little bit of transposition automation. Pull up my envelopes. Let's transpose. I like when you listen to like really intense jungle music, they have these crazy like pitch changes. Yeah, I'm in Cali. I'm in LA. I'm in Los Angeles. And then do a little doo-doo-doo. Yeah, that sounds cool. Maybe let's throw beat repeat on there. Beat repeat is great for like glitchy. I change it to insert because mix means they basically mix the dry signal, so like the original sound, with the beat repeated glitch sound. But if you put insert, it'll just insert the glitch sound over the dry sound. So then we get let's make it, I guess the 16th is good, maybe a little more often. And let's throw some variation in so it's not the same thing. When I use beat repeat though, I always resample it, and then that resampled sound is the one that I use. So resampling, solo it, and then I just let it go a couple of times. And yeah, there's some really cool glitches in there. And then let's pull out some cool moments in it. It's loud. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What else is there? That's tight. I'm gonna just leave this as let's mute that track, and then I'll just pull from that track. We could get rid of beat repeat now. I don't even need it. And then hold on, no. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. So where were we? So glitched out breaks. So yeah, I just copy and paste sections that I like over it. So turn the volume down a little. And then yeah, that's where we end up. And then I'm just gonna continually, as I continue making the track, just grab sections from this glitch part. Let me rename that glitch break so I know what it is. When I come back to it later. And then I'm just going to copy. Let's do copy all of that, because these sections are pretty much the same. Copy, paste, so that automation goes over there. And then, yeah. All right, so now we have like a good like foundation to build the rest of the track off of. And I want this to be a like happier type song. Let's turn this on. Piano. This is all, that's audio. Let's delete those. There we go. I got my push over here. And then I know you guys probably saw this last week, but I have that new Behringer TD3, the yellow one, which I'm absolutely in love with. You won't be able to see it because for some reason I couldn't get my secondary camera. Hey, thanks, Edson. What's up, dude? I couldn't get my secondary camera to work today, so you guys will hear it, but you won't see it. But next time, I will try and get that set up. All right, so let's make a bass group. Let's make this group the bass group, bass G. And then like last time, I'm going to set the output. All right, it's recognizing the TD3. I don't need sync for either of those. MIDI output, set it to the TD3. And then now, I have my push set up too. So now if I press anything on the push, and then, where is it coming? Channel 3, I think? Let's hear it. Yeah, so now I'm using my push to control the TD3. So yeah, that's what's happening. If you guys see me like moving over to the side, I'm playing with my push. All right, so let's start structuring some chords. That's usually the next thing I like working on is chords. So we got those. I always have a piano. That's pretty good. I kind of like those chords. Let's hear this song. Typical 3 chords. So how about you guys help me with this? How about you guys help me pick a note to write in? So how about it's anything between A through G. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Just type it in the chat. Don't. That's extremely happy. This song, the one I'm referencing, isn't like it's very like it's very like major key. So I'm probably gonna work in a major key. Major keys, another one. Right now I'm in a major key, and then I'm just trying to decide what note to write in. Let's see. G major, B flat major. So that was B flat major. Let's try E flat major. Okay. Ooh. So this is A flat major now. Let's hear it. I'm gonna loop it. I kind of like that. I think that's a good starting point. I might change this up later, but let's do what is it? A flat major. Okay. Okay. I like where it is so far. I'm just gonna quantize this. Do I have some MIDI already? That's kind of how I work. Sometimes I'll write something and then see if I have other MIDI that matches that, and then I can kind of interpolate the two to see if I even like it. It's very jazzy. Nah, I don't really want to lead. I'll do that. A pad, though. I'm looking for chords, really. Meh. Nope, there's another lead one. Here, chords. These are basically the same chords. I still like what I did more. Yeah, let's stick with that. And then add in some future bass chords. It's a future bass. Third bass, third future. Have it just like creeping in there real slow, and then have it open out. This is my cutoff. I'm just gonna loop this first section because it's basically the same thing. Let's copy that down. Alright, and then we're going to open that cutoff out. And then for this, I'm not even going to use these. Maybe we could just use the piano. Yo, I love that capture feature because I can just play ideas. Let's have that open out slowly. I'm gonna copy this automation, have this one do the same thing. I kind of want something plucky, like choo, choo, choo. Something like that. So let's do maybe lethal. Also like using synths that not a lot of people use sometimes. Obviously everybody uses Serum, but I feel like I haven't really seen anyone using lethal. It's pretty lethal, for lack of a better term. Oh, let's mute the piano. Yeah, something plucky. I might even want like a bell. Oh, that's pretty close. I kind of like that. Tahoe pluck. That's pretty cool. Let's see about a bell. Ooh, that's nice and pretty. Nope. Nope. I kind of like that. Okay. So let's move from this point. And then I'm going to turn the reverb off. And then I want it to be more plucky, so let's pull the sustain out. Yeah, pull up the decay, the release. There it is. Let's see what it sounds like in different octaves. Pretty good, pretty good. And then let's throw an ARP in there. I already have an ARP from Lethal in there. Maybe I can use the my acid synth though. So let's copy, paste that. This MIDI is going to the acid synth. And then I can throw arpeggiator on there. That's why I like doing it this way, because I can use Ableton's MIDI sequencing capabilities and then have it coming in through here. TD3. So the tuning is off. That's one thing with analog. You gotta make sure it's actually tuned. So let's see. I'm gonna grab a tuner. Here. I want both. Ah, that's a whole note off. There we go. All right. Now we can turn our arpeggiator back on, and then let's go 100% with the gate. It's tough. So maybe I turn the decay up. No. I want to turn the distortion off. Put it to a saw wave. See what that sounds like. Kind of like that more. I want this to keep going though. I want it to go. So let's. Yeah, it goes 4 1/8 notes basically, and then stops. Yeah, analog. It's not catching all the MIDI that's going out. All right, so let's see if I can just. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna resample the MIDI from the arpeggiator. Make it easier on myself. So copy this here. And then I have this MIDI here, which is just long sustained notes, but I want that arpeggiation from it. So I'm going to set the input of this new MIDI track to the output of that one. So 20 MIDI. And I'm going to call this TD3. So I know the difference. TD3 MIDI. Yeah. And then this input, I always want it to be post effects or post mixer, because I want it to be after the arpeggiator. And then record. And then I should have the individual notes. There we go. Oh, I see what's happening. So the Acid Synth, the Behringer TD3 only has, I think, 2 octave range. So because I have the steps so high, it's not even seeing those higher MIDI notes. That's probably why we're hearing the notes stopping. That's a cool rhythm, though. I kind of like that rhythm. Let me change the reverb. Maybe I won't have the steps going up. But yeah, that's one way. If you want the actual notes, you can just resample it and then just basically have the individual notes of the arpeggiator. And then I'm going to record that. Record both the MIDI and the audio. Yeah. And then we can use that. As usual, there's latency. So just come to where the audio starts and hit set 111. And I'm just going to duplicate that. And then I want this to be a little bit more high energy than the previous part. Let's copy paste this. And then at the end, give it a little space so our little drum fill can live. I need some type of pad or something in the background. Because it gets way too like quiet at that section. So let's go pad. Nope, too much. Yeah, those are. I thought there was another pad preset that started with snow that was dope. That sounds dope. Let's have the release go longer. Whoa. My Ableton's freaking out. Maybe I'll just make one, because I'm not really liking what I'm hearing. I want it to be soft. And then, actually, with all these other things that I'm not using, I'm going to delete. I don't need that. I'm not going to use that again. I don't even know what that's for. Going to delete it. Lethal, not using that. Going to delete it. All right, so we got wavetable here, and I'm going to call this the wave pad because it's wavy. And then let's hit this shimmer unison. This is honestly my favorite sound. And let's get... And let's make a little bit of movement to the pad so it's not super boring. I'm going to put reverb on the channel too, because I want it to be pushed into the background. And reverb, when you put it directly on the channel and turn up the dry wet, it pushes it into the background. Like that. It's almost like violin like. Let's set the LFO to this guy maybe, and let's set these to parallel so both filters are doing something. And let me turn both filters on, and then I'm gonna assign LFO to the both filter frequencies, but not super intensely. Let's do that too. Actually, that way they're at different rates, so I'm not even gonna put them to a synced rate. I just wanted it to kind of be random. And then push it a little bit more into the background and then put a chorus on it. So it's really, really like a true like pad, like an ambient almost. And then lower the volume. Let's save. And let's hear it. And then let's hear this build up. We need some sort of like transition to that big part because it goes from like kind of chill into all right, build up. Maybe kick in there, just like a basic 4 on the floor. That's too fast. And let's take the velocity down. Yeah. Drop. What does this drop do? This drop is really, it's almost like Complextro. I kind of like it. Okay. Ooh, what is happening? It's already cool there. Maybe too much stuff open? No. I just keep hearing glitches. I'm just gonna keep that acid line there for now, but then let's maybe use, you know what, let's freeze these for now. Let's maybe use operator to make like a cool arpeggiation. Where's the synth group? Here it is. Because the analog synth that I was using, since it only has 1 octave range, it's kind of not doing the arpeggiation I want it to. So I'm just going to do this instead. Let's take the MIDI from this. I'm just going to loop it, and then let's do some changes. I want a monophonic. And I want it to glide. Sounds pretty good. And then I think I want to go into this. I want to do something similar to my reference track, but not exactly, obviously. But I like how they split their chords up. So, like, they had, like, the hit. I kind of want tighter chords than this. Let me freeze that. I'm just freezing things because I'm hearing a lot of glitching. I don't even know if you guys are hearing that, but I'm hearing it. So yeah, I'm gonna grab this MIDI though. I don't need the piano. Should I delete this? I'm gonna delete it. And then let's grab that MIDI. I'm gonna do another operator because the operator is not CPU intensive. And then I just want like a saw wave or saw sound, like a big saw sound. Let's do the 8 voices. And then I want them side by side because I'm not doing frequency modulation here. Let's do some additive. And then I'm gonna detune each separate oscillator slightly. Let's make this like 3. And then I want them all to be, oh wait, I want them all to be saw waves. Let's do that. 3, 5, I don't know, 10. There we go. And then we got, maybe throw a chorus on there. Let's legato those. And then I'm going to do my auto filter trick. Or no, not auto filter, auto pan trick. You guys have probably seen this before on earlier streams. This time though, I'm going to do the sawtooth one. And then let's do 8th notes. And then I'm just going to copy that same pattern. I like that pattern. Just move them up. And then this needs to be side chained too. I already have the compressor set up, so drum rack. I don't even know what that's doing. Is that, I'm guessing for the build up? Probably for the build up. So it's probably on there, and then probably doing something like this. I need something a little more like bigger. Let's grab some erosion, white noise. Yeah. And then I want more layers. So I'm gonna group this. Actually, I'm gonna group it with the erosion. And then duplicate that chain, delete the erosion on the second one, and then I'm going to drop this down an octave. So then we have like a lower octave that makes it more full. try sine wave. Let's just see. I'm gonna turn the volume now because it's coming in hot. Hey, thanks for the like, Brian. Yo, what's good, fam? I appreciate it, man. K-Dub, what's good, K-Dub? All right, so let's hear these both together. Yeah, so they sound pretty good. I'm going to use the filter, though, because I kind of want this to be like a filling out of the sound. I'm going to even EQ it just to give it some body. Yeah. I don't really want it to be very low endy because I'm going to add in a sub later. And I don't want it to have any mids and no highs because that's what this is taking care of. So I'm going to rename these, call it saws or super saw. And then this one is mid sine, I guess. And then together they create. And then I'm going to use a little bit of glue compression to glue them together. So fast attack, slow release, low ratio, back off the threshold. I'm going to turn this down too because this is clipping. Let's turn these both down on the chain level. I want this one to be louder. Yeah, there it is. Let's try a little OTT on it. That way we can bring out some of the smaller details. Yeah, that erosion is adding in some nice high end. That's without it. And then this is with it. And then let's add some reverb too. Actually, this is a pretty cool trick with Serum, with the effects one. If you have because you can get the Serum plugin, but then it also comes with like a Serum that's just the effects on it. But all the like envelopes and stuff like that, if you just put it on as is. Ooh, that sounds great. I'm going to leave that. That sounds awesome. It just works as like an effects chain. But if you want access to the envelopes and things like that, then you just create a blank MIDI track, drag the MIDI on that you're using. Sometimes I'll just set it to input so that I can set the input from the track that I'm getting the MIDI from. So in this case, it's this big saw MIDI. And then the output, you set it back to that big saw track, but then instead of the track input, you set it to Serum effects. So then now you can tell, or now you can use these envelopes. And then you'll see it starts triggering them. So you can see, like you can see that the MIDI is now being triggered. So it doesn't matter what synth I'm using, I can still have access to Serum's effects racks. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that back up. I'm going to take the reverb, assign the envelope to the mix, and then flip it. So now it's in reverse. So when I press a button, the reverb disappears. When I let the button go, the reverb comes in. So then we get. And that cleans up your mix, but it still gives you a lot of reverb. But it does, the reverb doesn't like smear your sounds. I'm gonna make it smaller. Maybe a bigger size, but shorter decay. That sounds cool. Ooh. Yeah, the hall one sounds a little too metallic-y. So then we get. Yeah. All right, so let's start working on a bass line. Bass. Yeah. Bass tap. Of course, I'm gonna use Serum again. It's just a really good bass synth. Maybe I could use my. Actually, I'm gonna use this little guy. I love this thing. The Korg Volca keys. It's sick. Only thing that my only like complaint about it, or I guess two complaints that I have about it, is that sometimes when you turn these knobs, the little tiny knobs, you hear it crackling. Coming out of the synth. And then my other qualm is you can't do USB MIDI, you can only do MIDI, so you need a USB to MIDI converter. But that's not it's not like a huge issue, because I have this. But for such a small synth, it definitely packs a punch. It's really, really, really dope. Alright, so let's connect this up. MIDI out, and then I need like a headphone output. Let's hear it so far. I kind of hear maybe like a neural bass type thing on this. Maybe we can do like a soft neural bass. So this is gonna be the Volca keys. What even is that? 3 and 4. Yep. Yeah. This thing is so much fun. Let's turn. Let's see. Turn you down. There we go. Hey, thanks for the follow, Ram. Alright, so let's set up the MIDI. So we have audio, and then the MIDI, let's do that. So I'm gonna call this Volca MIDI, and then set the output to, we have to configure it. I also should probably plug in the USB, because I don't see it. That would probably help sending MIDI. Oh, there it is. Stick. And then I don't want sync on for either, because I'm not using it to control the sequencing on it. All right, so now we should be good. I don't hear anything though. Oh, I have to set the output to the Mio. There it is. Nothing. Do-do-do-do-do. Still getting MIDI. Maybe. Still getting audio. Maybe switch which in is coming in and out. Huh. I'm not getting anything. That's strange. I'm gonna put this MIDI here and then just take the bottom notes. That's how I start a lot of my bass lines. Let me just zero the top ones out. 0, 0, 0. I'm still hearing. Let's turn this guy off. And maybe that my MIDI is getting confused. Nope, it's not. It's literally just not sending MIDI out correctly. Okay, we're still getting audio from that. Nope. That's annoying. Let's see if it's different channels, maybe. This is why it's one of my qualms that I have with this synth. Sometimes the MIDI works, sometimes it doesn't. But USB MIDI works every single time, so I don't really have problems like that with the TD3. It's only 3 notes though, so I could just play it. A sharp, C, C sharp. There it is. I should be recording. I'm gonna just loop it or play it for the first part and then we can loop it there. Yeah. Start here and then just go. That was fun. It's just so tiny. I'm playing on these little tiny itty bitty keys. That's why I like sending the MIDI to it, because all the like opening up the filter and all that, and then also playing it at the same time. It's easier to do when you're just sending the MIDI to it and then recording in the automation, basically. That sounds so fat. Thing isn't sending MIDI. Let me look at my preferences. On. Don't necessarily need all of that on. MIDI. I'm not really sure. Some MIDI things. Hi. That's my girlfriend. Some MIDI things have, like how this says MIDI in. I don't know if you guys see that, but this says MIDI in, and then this says MIDI out. But then on the vocal keys, it says MIDI in, and some MIDI things will require you to plug the thing that says MIDI in into the MIDI in, but then some things will say to plug the MIDI out into the MIDI in. And so that's why I'm unplugging it and replugging it back in, just to find out basically why this isn't receiving MIDI. So I'm going to turn everything off and then turn on just track. Let's turn that off and then that on. Nothing. Oh, now I'm not getting. Oh. Yeah. So right now I have the MIDI out plugged in. And then. Nope, nothing. So that's the MIDI out plugged in. And then this is the MIDI in plugged in. And then we press and nothing. No sounds. I'm just gonna turn it off and then turn it back on and see if that helps. Plug MIDI out. 'Cause my thinking is the coming out of Ableton is going into the synth, so that should be how it works. But we shall see. Nope. Why isn't it working? I'm gonna try every channel. Channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. None of the channels work. Okay. So that works. Maybe if I turn sync on and then record in the notes into that, then I can try and sync them up. Maybe slightly faster. Okay. I like where it's going. It's kind of doing its own thing right now, but I kind of like it. I'm just recording it in. I'm gonna warp it. Oh wait, there's a metronome on this. Let's turn on the metronome. Trying to match them up. Let's turn on Ableton's metronome. So 1, 2, 3, and almost. Honestly, that's close enough. I can warp it otherwise. Yeah, that crackling, that's what I was talking about earlier. That's almost acid synthy. All right, let's record this. Yeah, none of that is on beat, but I'm just gonna stretch it. All right, so I kind of want to keep that for later, and then I think this is the start of it. Thank you, Rue Brezoneg. I don't know if that's how you say your name. Sorry if I messed it up. I do produce with a master chain on it. It's more like a pre-master thing where I have just like a basic multiband and then a brick wall limiter. But I honestly I mix pretty low in the production phase. I don't really like trip too much about the mix, but when I'm producing, I just have a limiter on just so that I'm not clipping. But then when I shift to mixing, then I just pull all my levels down really low. Because I know a lot of people will mix into a master chain, but I definitely don't do that. I just do that when I'm starting or producing so that I'm not clipping my output. But I usually pull everything down in the mix phase. All right, so let's get this nice and in time. So I think that's where it starts over. So let's pull that in, and then we get I think that was it. Let's hear it. Yeah, I think that was it. But then now, because I couldn't find the BPM, the notes don't match. So let's duplicate it, or let's double time it. Yeah, that's not working. All right. I tried to use the vocal keys, but for whatever reason, it's not reading the MIDI. So let's go back to the TD3, because that one is way less of a hassle. It's a little bit more 2020. All right, so let's just change this output to the TD3, and then I'm going to keep these audio files, but I'm probably not going to use them. I might use this. Because this doesn't sound bad at all. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. All right, so the TD3, let's hear it. Let's drop that down an octave. Can I go even lower? Nope. Yeah, see, that's what was happening earlier, where it's like outside of the range of the synth. So if you go too low, then it doesn't register in the synth. But what I can do is tune it lower. I'm going to do that. Wait, now it's playing it low. Well, let's just do... I can tune it an octave lower. That's really low. That's all the way down. That's supposed to be an A sharp. So... almost. It's like tuning a guitar. Everything analog. Oh, that was the ARP. The other one from before was the T3 ARP. Let's do that. I don't really want to hear that right now, so I'm just going to mute it. I just want to hear just this by itself. Let's see. I'm going to record this. That sounds tight. Good old lady. Nice. All right. First, let's fix the latency. We go there. Right click, set 1-1 here, and then we get I can get pretty. I might even get like neuro bassy with this. This is a good sound source. All right, let's throw that arpeggiator back on there. I'm gonna do this kind of like how I would in Pro Tools. Just do TD3 bass keeps, and then this will just be like a recording playlist that I have. Everything's just gonna be muted. I'm gonna loop that. Oh no, I don't want that to get recorded over. So yeah, mostly I've been messing around with the cutoff filter, um, cutoff on the filter, but I was also messing with the envelope, the decay, the accent on the analog ones. Let's drop that back down there on our little playlist. First of all, let's correct the latency. Right click, so on one here. Then I'm gonna put a glue compressor on it. I'm gonna compress it, cause just to even out the volume, to smooth out the volume. I like that. Oh, did I put it on the wrong thing? Here. Try to do a little bit of neural bass. Not both, just one. Let's replace this one. That's alright, it's alright. There's the underbelly one. Alright, let's just build it then. Because I don't really like that, how that filtering was sounding. So let's do auto filter. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Pull out my trusty dusty auto pan. And then I'm gonna set it to hertz. So some of that happening. And then let's do 2 filters. So I'm gonna group that. And this is gonna create like a combing filter. And then I'm going to map this to macro 1. I'm also going to map this to macro 1. But then I'm going to just change the settings kind of randomly so that they just do different things. Reverse them. So then each filter, as I move these around, each filter is doing something different. So like that one's all over the place and this one's moving very little. And then maybe just create a dry chain. Let's do that. Dry. And then filter 1. And then this will be filter 2. Maybe this can even be a different filter, like a band. Let's add some more movement. That's a really small amount of movement. Yeah. I kind of liked having the two. Let's do like that. In that range. And then unmap. And then let's put it back down here. This is now 2. And this is now 3. Filter 1's a band pass. It's very subtle. Oh, let's make that range bigger. Even bigger. Yeah. And then this is moving in the opposite direction. And then, of course, OTT. I have this thing. Maybe this one. I have one with a sausage fattener. Yeah. That way we can make it angry. I don't want to make it too angry, though. Just slightly angry. Do, 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 do. And then I'm just going to do some kind of random automations on this so that it has that typical drum and bass movement to it. Get a little action. You know what? I'm going to turn off the grid and just get a little of that. Get all that. And then let's hear what that sounds And then now I'm going to switch back and forth. See, like right there, that sounds tight. So I want that to be on hertz. And then this will be beats. Maybe for this section, it'll be on hertz. Alright, that looks good. And then, yet again, trusty dusty erosion. Let's put that here. or maybe before all that processing. All right, all right. All right, so we got some like movement in the bass. We have it switching between the hertz and the beats. And then let's hear that. I kind of want that to just move around by itself, so I'm gonna grab a Max for Live LFO, and then map that to that frequency, so it's just like gliding through it slowly. So map frequency, and then now it's just gonna be moving that back and Nice. Sounds pretty good. I do want it to not be as like abrasive and like as harsh, so I'm gonna soften it up with some kind of like stereo widening on it. So aka hyperdimension. The other dimension expander, fire. Whew, that just took it to a whole new level. I want to fix the timing on that. Let's hear just this by itself. The hertz, it would be the hertz automation. Let's just like smooth that out. I don't know what is happening right here, but I don't like it. Simplify envelope. Maybe let's just delete and have it just. Or instead of it having it go to hertz right there, just keep it on beats and just automate the beats so it's not just quarter notes. Let's put it to something faster. That sounds much better. going to use another instance of Serum Effects, but before this, maybe after the tape saturation. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and just really small changes to that, like nothing too crazy, just super subtle. I like how that sounds though. I'm just gonna do. Whoa. What is that coming from? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Mike. Fuck yeah, Mike. That's straight out of the TD3. Maybe we should do that. Or we could just use different notes because that's a little more interesting. Let's drop it down to those and then let's go. I'm just kind of randomly doing this. Bump, bump. And then let's hear what that sounds like. What are you doing, iTunes? Close. All right, let's hear this. Low. Nope. That's so trippy sounding. That's the noise from the sounds pretty crazy. Let's take that off. I kind of like it. I'm not in love with it. I still like this section more. because this is set to the hertz. I was wondering why I wasn't in sync. Now it's set to B. Yeah. Yeah, that's tight. And then let's compensate for the latency. And then this part I want to switch to the frequency. So go there, switch this down. So the phone type, and then the hertz when it is in hertz. So here, I want that to go up like more. That seems slow. Too fast. All right. Maybe put you in front of AutoPan and you in front of there. Yeah, there it is. I'm trying to make it match with the chords. Maybe for that part we can hit this. And then not have this even on. Let's just turn it off. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end there. That was pretty great. Thank you all for joining me today. So yeah, join me again next Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m. I know I went a little longer this time, but whatever. I think too, I think I said this last week, but I think I will be streaming again. Maybe 2 times a week instead of just 1 time a week. In my schedule this week, I can only do it 1 time, but I think I'm going to start working in 2 streams a week. And I'm also just randomly streaming. If you're on Twitch, I randomly stream on Twitch at Psychosis Music. So basically the same thing as it is on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you found the stream. So yeah, that's where you can find me. Make sure you follow my record label too, Bass Tap Records. We just put out a song called Hype not too long ago. And then next week, next Friday, I believe, we're putting out a new song, another house song from a new artist named Nuisance. So yeah, you guys can check the link in the description and find that on Spotify. And then if you want to hear a preview of the song, just watch my Instagram and watch the record label's Instagram, and you'll see the previews out probably tomorrow. All right, you guys, everybody have a good rest of the week. Have a good weekend, and thanks for rocking with me.